All right, here on Radio Row, you know this guy. That's Alex Singleton, linebacker, leading tackle for the Broncos. This is Vince Egan, and you are a part, of course, of the Special Olympics. How many Special Olympics have you participated in, Vince?
This would be almost 20 years of being involved with Special Olympics. I compete year-round, so it's an awesome opportunity to do the sports that I love. So,
what's your best sport? Because you're in a bunch of them. What's the best one that you have in your opinion?
My favorite sport is golf.
Okay.
And I love playing in it. It's my favorite sport of all time.
Alex, you've been involved with the Special Olympics for a while. What is the personal connection, for those who don't know, the personal connection that you have to the Special Olympics?
Yeah, my older sister has Down syndrome, so she's been a participant in Special Olympics for 25 years now. So I've been, I've said a fan, a volunteer, a coach, and an ambassador, pretty much my entire life.
You're an athlete. Your sister's an athlete. Like, what are the commonalities in what you do as a football player versus what you see from athletes in the Special Olympics?
I mean, I think everything. The way I play football is 100% from what I've learned from every Special Olympic athlete I've ever met. Is one, just to play the game as hard as you can and to the best of your ability, and then to also do it with a lot of passion and also with a giant smile on your face, because we are playing sports, and whether it's a sport for a living or an activity you get to do or a rec league, I think the amount of love you get at a Special Olympics event and just watching the athletes participate, I can't not play football the way I do after seeing how much love they have for sports.
Have you watched Vince in action?
I have not, but I'm going to soon. I have to. He's going to owe me a jersey swap here in a little bit.
I was going to say, Vince, correct me if I'm wrong, you are an Eagles fan, correct?
Yes, I am a big Eagles fan.
How did you get to be an Eagles fan being in Denver?
I grew up watching Michael Vick and the older stars years ago, so I just stuck with the team. And that's what I do. I stick with the team that I love.
Did you remember watching this guy, Alex, when he was in Philadelphia a couple years back?
Oh, yes. Yeah. He helped us get a lot of tackles those years.
Give me a scouting report on Alex and what you saw in him.
All I know is he's probably the better inside linebackers that I've seen. In my book, he's probably top 3 that I've seen play. So, yeah.
Well, for Alex, y'all know, led the team in tackles last year. A frustrating season, obviously, for the team, but for you, kind of, what did you take from the year, not just as a team, but also what did you take individually from 2023?
Yeah, I would say personally, obviously, some of the stuff, is good, obviously the tackles and all that stuff, but, personally just knowing where, as a defense, where I would like us to go, I guess, to be able to kind of know where we are going into this offseason, know where we kind of went this last season, the ups and downs and, the good and the bad, and kind of take that and, use that for us to be as good as we can, coming up here in April, hopefully it gets here sooner than later so we can get going again and, get back to, being as good as we can. The older I get, I think the more I learn about the game and just the ins and outs of it and just how much better I want to be as a player every single year.
Where can this defense go in 24?
Yeah, I mean, there was, 7 or 8 weeks we were the number 1 defense in the NFL. I think, we can do that for 17 weeks. Yeah. And I think if that's not our ultimate goal, it's kind of crazy. So, and we're going to come out and practice like that and do that hopefully all 17 weeks next season.
I know he's not your position coach, but your thoughts on Christian Parker moving on to the Eagles?
Yeah,
they're getting a good one, right?
I'm sure he'll be asking me where to live, so it'll be nice. But I'm happy for him. Any opportunity the guy wants or feels like he needs, take it and run with it. But he's a great coach. sad to lose them, and interested to see who we bring in to coach those guys.
Yeah, and not only interested to see who they bring in as coaches, but obviously the next few weeks are going to be interesting heading into March, heading into free agency. You're under contract, but we know there's a lot of expiring contracts. So for you kind of sitting in this position, kind of what's it like knowing that guys on this defense that did improve over the course of the year, that you may be looking at restarting at some positions if players move on?
Yeah, that's their decision, and a lot of those guys are my good friends, so whatever they do, they think's the best for them. But I hope everyone's back. I hope we get to kind of run it back with the same guys, because we've said, is we had sparks of being what we can be, and I would just love to be able to run that back and do it again. So we'll see. I have big hopes that we're going to have a lot of those guys back.
Obviously, you're on the defensive side, but the chatter is quarterback. I mean, when you guys are on text chains or whatever, are you all speculating like, okay, what might happen here? What are we going to do?
No, I think we're all so over all of that. We haven't talked about it in a long time. It's kind of played out. Yeah. So we're whatever happens.
Russell will be fine. He'll be helping out with that anything with the team. He can do whatever. He's a smart guy, so.
Speaking like a true teammate almost there.
You see that? I got bit, he might be an Eagles fan, but he's a Bronco at heart. You see that?
No. I just know that I think the locker room will have confidence in their QB. They just got to stay positive through the hard times. Every team goes through those hard times, especially when you're the face of the organization. Media usually take it out on the QB because he's the one that's taking the reins in most of the time. But you got to remember that it's not just one person, it's all 53 people.
I couldn't have put it better than that. Vince, Alex, pleasure seeing you, Vince. Pleasure meeting you for the first time. Good luck in all the competitions that you're going to have going forward. And Alex, good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.